the way, your lesson and Nancy's lesson, I have put them together on the same link. So this is to help the two of you to learn from each other. So if you have time, you can always look at how the lesson is conducted between me and Nancy, and then she also gets to watch how the lesson is conducted between me and you. So it's for the two of you to learn from each other. Oh, by the way, if you manage to explore further on my channel, I think you get to see other students' lessons as well. Okay, so basically this is really up to you. Okay, it's really up to you.
Other students can also see our lesson.
Yes. If by the way, they are the so-called the old students already. But basically, I put you and Nancy's videos on the same link. Other students is other links. Okay. Okay. Let's get started. So for this for the MCQ, okay, you have no problem with MCQ. All right. And then, oh, wow. For this paper, you're doing quite well. Okay,
no, I didn't do quite well. I died.
You died? Why? What do you mean? So far, you did not make any mistake until question 19.
Question 19, they didn't even show us the symmetrical line, and then my mom was like, just draw lah. And then when we got back, the top wasn't even the same as the other top.
Okay, by the way, right? Okay, let's look at 19. Let's say we just look at the question. On the grid below, draw two straight lines to complete a symmetrical figure. So basically, right, as long as you add two straight lines to this figure, and as long as you have a symmetrical figure, so it's really I mean, as long as you can come up with two straight lines and you can get a symmetrical figure and you get the correct answer. So basically, there is no I will say for this particular question, there is no one right answer. Okay, there can be other answers. Okay, so if you look at this, okay, since we are talking about symmetrical concept, so just to share with you, let me get this in.
I also have another question.
Sure. So let me open this.
Presentation. Able to do 95 mark student question.
Which question you are referring to? You unmute yourself first because you mute and then unmute, then mute and unmute occasionally.
Did Nancy get the question for the 95 marks and above student, the question that we did last week, correct?
Then why not you go and watch that video? I cannot remember.
Okay.
I put that video. I think if you go to that link, you see two videos there. One from you, one from Nancy. So you can actually look at you can put the playback speed at 2x. So then you don't have to watch at 1x. So you can actually watch the video at 2 times speed or even faster if you want to fast forward. All right. Okay. So that's something I want you to know the feature in this YouTube. Okay, first thing first, symmetrical. So let's talk about the concept of symmetrical. Okay, since we are talking about symmetrical figures. Okay, so first thing first. So this is something to do with symmetry. So I will just get a few shapes out. I hope you can see my screen. I'm actually drawing a few shapes, by the way.
I can, but your screen is very dark.
My screen is very dark. Good enough?
Yeah.
My face is so bright. How can my screen very dark?
On my side, very dark.
Oh, okay, never mind. So let me just brighten up my screen. Okay, then next, let me insert a few screen. I mean a few figures. Okay, so I guess these are the various common shapes you get to.
There's only one that's not symmetrical. Oh,
So,
never mind. That one is also symmetrical.
yeah. So these are the common shapes you get. Okay. Yep. Very good. The number one question we ask ourselves is whether these are symmetrical figures. Okay. So how do we decide? So, let's
In half.
yes. So take a look at the just let me use straight line. Okay. So let's look at the first one. Okay, let's assume this is a square. So in fact, there are many lines of symmetry for this figure. You can do it this way, okay? Or you can also do it this way. Oh, looks like I need to use a different color so that you can see the symmetrical lines clearly. Okay, so this is what one of the lines of symmetry for this figure. And then of course, the other lines of symmetry, you can also get it here, right? And then of course, if you continue to draw, I think this is also another line of symmetry. But make sure this is a perfect square. Just assume that this is a perfect square. Okay, then of course, if you continue, you get another line of symmetry here, right? So for this figure alone, okay, you have 4 lines of symmetry. Okay, for 4 lines of symmetry. Okay. Okay. So next, so let's look at this, okay, the circle here. So in fact, for circle, how many lines of symmetry you have? Can you make a guess?
Infinity.
Correct. Okay. So for this circle, you have I will say you have unlimited lines or infinity. Yeah. Infinite lines of symmetry. Okay. Then for this triangle, so let's assume this is a equilateral triangle. So for equilateral triangle, I think you have 3 lines of symmetry. All right. And then for this I call this a parallelogram.
3 lines.
Or more than 3. I don't know. I asked, okay, am I right? 3 lines? Let's draw it.
Oh no.
So I start from this. So this is one of them, right? Oh, by the way, this is an equilateral triangle. If it's not equilateral, then it's not 3 lines already. It's less than 3 already. Okay. So another one. Okay. Then another one in this direction. By the way, I'm talking about this is an equilateral triangle. Okay. So you have 3 lines of symmetry. Can you add one? Can you add more? I don't think so, right? Okay, so that's why you have 3 lines of symmetry for an equilateral triangle. Okay, so for this parallelogram here, okay, for this parallelogram, it really depends on what kind of parallelogram this is. Okay, in fact, this is not only a parallelogram, but it is a. If this is a perfect, if it's a perfect rhombus, okay, but I don't think this is a rhombus. So I have already rotated, and from this angle, it doesn't look like a rhombus to me. So this is a parallelogram. So if this is a parallelogram, right, let me try to draw a line of symmetry and see if I can draw one or not. So let's try. Cannot. So this is not the line of symmetry. Can you see? Cannot. Why? Because if you look closely, right? If you look closely over here, it does not touch this point. Okay, it does not touch that point, right? Can you see it? Here, it does not touch the point. Okay, but here, It touches the point. Okay, so if you can't see clearly, I can actually zoom in for you to take a good look. Can you see? It's a bit off.
I can see clearly.
Yeah, so it's a bit off. So therefore, this is a parallelogram, but not a rhombus. Therefore, there is no line of symmetry. Okay, so for this particular parallelogram, there is no line of symmetry. Okay, so yeah, so we have looked at some of so this is not a symmetrical figure lah, so I should delete this one. Since I worked out this is not a symmetrical figure, so I should not include this. Right? This is not a symmetrical figure. But the other three here, they all have at least one line of symmetry, so they are symmetrical figures. So go back to your question. So your question here, right? That's why I say, right? As long as you add two straight lines and then you have a symmetrical figure, your answer is correct. So this answer is correct. But of course, you have to draw a straight line. Okay. Just look at this figure alone. The lines are not too straight. Okay. The lines drawn by you, they don't look very straight. So you have to use a ruler next time around. But other than that, this is correct. Okay, the line of symmetry is here actually. This one. Okay, so I just move it a little bit. Okay, should be here. And then there is also another line of symmetry is here. Okay. Is there a line of symmetry here? No. So this is not a square. This is a this is a rectangle. So for a rectangle, you have the two lines of symmetry. All right, good. Next.
It's not a line of symmetry.
Pardon? Pardon?
Never mind.
Okay, good. So this is this one looks like a rectangle to me because it has two lines of symmetry. For a square, then you have four lines of symmetry. Okay, so let's move on. Question 20, you're correct. Okay, so for this question, right? For this question, I just want to emphasize, okay, even though your answer is correct, yeah, I just want to emphasize once again, the concept of this question. Okay. Let me get this question to a blank page. Okay, so this question is the concept of what concept is it? Can you remember? Can you remember what concept is it?
It's the box thing.
Okay, so
Remember the name.
I think last time you drew this triangle to me. Actually, I don't call it box lah, but I'm not sure if you are talking about this thing. You put something like this, right? Okay.
Yeah.
This one is for distance is equal to speed times the time. Okay. And the question here is similar to this concept. Okay. But I call this concept instead of distance is equal to speed times time, I call it work done or work completed equals to the rate, or you can call it speed as well, times the time. Okay, so the formulas for these two, they are very similar to each other. Okay, so for this question, what you can see is the first statement, a machine takes 5 minutes to make 3 boxes. So with this statement, right, what you can do is you can find out machine A. Okay, so this machine actually has, you can use the work done divided by the time taken. Then you will get the rate of one machine. So the work done is actually 3 boxes, and then 5 minutes. Actually, the rate is actually 0.6 the boxes per minute. This is the unit. Okay, so they ask with 2 such machines working at the same given rate. So 2 of them, they combine to do the same job. Okay, so they combine, so the combined rate here will be 0.6 plus 0.6. Okay, so now they ask how many minutes would be needed. So basically they want to know the time given the work need to be completed is 90. So that's why you put 90 here. That's why I see you take the time is actually equal to 90 divided by 1.2. Let me see if you take 90.
But isn't my answer correct?
Okay, so that's why I want to emphasize to you. Okay, I'm also actually looking at, okay, let me get, so let's compare your idea to my idea. So let me get it. So let me crop this out and put it side by side and we compare. So what you have is 90 divided by 6 equals to 15, and then you 15 times 5. Okay, let me write it down. So it's you have 90 divided by 6 equals to 15, and then you 15 times 75. So your answer is what? Your answer is 75 minutes, is it? Let me, can you help me out? 90 divided by 1.2. Okay, good. So your answer and my answer is we both have the same answer. Okay, so
divided by 1.2 equals to 75.
No, I mean we both have the same answers, right? You agree? But it seems to me the way we do it is slightly different, right? Okay, that's why I want to focus on your this concept. Okay, so I want to focus on the concept, not so much about the answer. Okay, so this is your answer. Okay, so let's focus on the concept. So the answer, we both get the same answer, but does your concept make sense or not? So let's look at them. Okay, so if we were to use this formula, okay, work done is equal to rate times time, right? So what you need to do is the rate now is the combined rate of 2 machines. So the combined rate will be 1.2, right? And then the work that needs to be done is 90 boxes. So that's why I put a 90 here. And then that's why the time taken for these 2 machines to achieve 90 boxes is 90 divided by 1.2. So my solution here, it follows this formula. Okay, it follows this formula. But for your solution here, okay, I also see that what you do here is actually for you divide by hold on, 3 times 2 equals to 6. Where do you get the 3 times 2 from?
2 such machines.
So where do you get the 3 from then?
3 boxes.
Okay, so what you are doing is a machine takes 5 minutes to make 3 boxes. So you are finding 2 such machines. So it's 6 boxes. Okay, so 5 minutes is 6 boxes. Okay, good. Okay, I get your this step. So this step, so-called.
I wanted to write the
this one, it makes sense. Yeah.
No, I wanted to write why I wrote the step, but then I didn't have enough time.
Okay, no, it's okay if you never write down the statement, but at least I understand why you get 5 minutes is 6. So now what you do is you use 90 divided by 6. So 90 divided by 6 is, so you want to find out in order to achieve 90 boxes, Okay, so how many 5 minutes it needs to have, right? So that's why you get the answer. So okay, what you do here is you are using the proportionality concept here. Okay, even though your approach is different, you are actually making use of the proportionality concept to solve this question. Okay, but what I teach you on Nancy is I follow this formula. Okay, I follow this formula. So in fact, okay, this question is slightly easier. Okay, I hope if you get harder questions or similar questions like this, but it's going to be harder. So I hope you follow the formula. Okay, because one thing I realize is if you follow the formula, you can solve all kinds of questions. But you use this proportionality. Pardon again?
Please don't highlight. Please don't highlight. It's
Don't highlight.
making it hard for me to see the.
Oh, okay. So let me just
Time.
uncolor it. Okay. So work done is equal to rate or speed times time. I think I talked about this formula in my last lesson, but I did not go into never go in depth. So that's why I want to take opportunity to go in depth this time. Okay, so I want you to know that this concept of proportionality, yes, it works this time because this question is slightly easier. But going forward, questions on speed or rate is going to be harder. So I think you should start to use the formula. Work done is equal to rate times time. Okay, so I want you to learn this formula. So later on, if I face harder questions of speed times speed question, then I will let you work it out using this formula to show you this formula actually works better. Okay, so your answer is also correct. My answer is also correct. Your approach is correct. My approach is also correct. Okay, for this particular question. Okay, let's move on. Okay, well, so far so good. All questions are correct. Okay, finally, I see a wrong question. So let's see what's so for this question, right? I will call this question is about
question is called lazy.
Or I will say this question is called a strategy. What's the strategy? That means the strategy to not miss one of the sides. Okay. So basically for this question, right? What you need to do is you just have to count properly. So how do you count? So let's say you have labeled all the sides already. So what do you do?
The answer is 45.
Yeah, never mind about that. But what's the length here?
3.
Or 3. So in fact, I see what? So I see 2, 3, and then I'll continue. I see
inside
3, 5.
I wrote correctly, but then I calculated wrongly in calculator.
This one is correct. This one is correct. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 4, 8. I also see this one is correct. So basically, this is the kind of mistake. I think I talked about this also. I think last lesson, you read the question wrongly, or somehow you punch the calculator, somehow you get the wrong answer. So this is the kind of error I cannot help you. Okay, so please minimize this kind of error. It's unnecessary, and it's also it lets you down, and it lets me down as well, because this is correct, but somehow this is like what I can ask your brother to punch the calculator and get me the answer. I think he's able to give me the answer also. So if your brother can do, cannot.
I give him the calculator and try he cannot. I asked him to punch 2 plus 2. He put 2 times 2.
Okay, so your brother is P2 or which level?
P1.
Oh, P1. Oh, okay, good. So I overestimate your brother, because I thought your brother is P3 or P2, because I ever teach P2 before. So I asked the P2 student to help me. I'm lazy to punch the calculator lah. So I just asked the student to do it for me. So the student managed to to get the answer from you. Okay, but anyway, so please don't make this kind of mistake. It's very unnecessary. Huh? Nothing to do with concept. You see, once again, I want to emphasize, you have no problem with concepts most of the time. Okay, your problem is always this. Okay, like, oh, I punched the calculator wrongly. Oh, so can't help. Or you read the question wrongly sometimes. Oh, okay, so don't make this unnecessary error. Okay, good. So this is also correct. Okay, so you see, so far so good. Until now, there is nothing wrong with concept. Okay. Wow, this one what happened? You never do or what? Or wrong?
Okay,
so
number one, they didn't draw for me. That's their problem. They didn't draw this graph for me. I got confused. But then the rest is my problem.
Okay, draw the bar for May. So that means you are supposed to draw the bar for May, right?
May only, yes, but then they didn't help me draw the other one. So I got confused.
So you don't have this, you don't have this, you don't have this, right? Am I right? So initially you don't have all these three lah. Am I right? Cannot hear you.
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. So if you are not given all these bars, right? Like, I mean, this one, right? So you're not supposed to get the answer. So it makes sense. It makes sense why you cannot get the answer. Okay. So yeah, so just skip this skip this question. So because you're not given the bars, so can't do. Okay. For this is algebra. I will say simple algebra, and you have no problem with simple algebra. Okay, so very good. And what it says? It says use a grid draw another straight line with the following characteristic. Parallel. It doesn't look very parallel to me for this. You know how to draw parallel lines or not? This one doesn't look very parallel to me actually. Okay, let me double check. Let me double check whether they are parallel without using
they're not parallel, I know.
No, without using doesn't look very parallel to me. So let me teach you how you can.
I just don't know how to draw.
So now is the time. We should look at this is actually under the sketching part. Okay, we have not talked about how to sketch. So let's learn how to sketch parallel lines first. Okay, let me get this question out to the PowerPoint so I can do something better over there. Okay. Okay, so first thing first, to draw parallel lines, you need two rulers. So let me create two rulers. I guess you have this.
I know, the equilateral triangle and then the weird triangle thing.
Or you can also have, or that one is called right angle triangle ruler. Or you can have just a normal ruler, right? So just assume that you have this ruler and then you have this ruler. Okay, so how are you going to draw parallel lines with two rulers? Okay, so what you can do is this. Okay, I'm trying to use PowerPoint. So first thing first, you park this ruler next to this, the AB line. Okay, the line AB first. So park it 90 degree to it. Must be 90 degree to it. Then the next thing to do is you need to park this one. Okay, park it to this line. So this one is not aligned perfectly. So let me try to align it perfectly first. Good. So now it's good. So can you see these two rulers? They are not they are not touching each other fully yet. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make sure they are touching each other fully. So I will adjust this. I will adjust this. I will adjust it. Okay. Okay, not perfect yet. So let me adjust it a bit. Okay. Okay, now it's good. So what you're going to do is you can just move it up and down. You can move it up and down. Just one ruler, you move it up and down. Okay, let's say I want to stop here. Okay. Okay, can you see? I move it up and down. Oh, it's for my neighbor. Okay, anyway, so I move this ruler up and down. So I can actually draw another line here.
And then can draw a straight line.
Yeah. So I just need to draw a line here. And
yeah,
this
one my teacher teach me before.
So did you use this?
But then I couldn't find that ruler at that time. Now I found it.
Oh, okay. So this is the way to draw parallel lines. Okay. So this line will be parallel to your this AB. Okay. And then of course it says what? Twice the length. Okay, then you have to measure. You have to measure this. Okay. And then it says passes through C, which is marked by X. So that means you need to, okay. So there is something good about this, is it? Yeah, good. Yeah, good. So it says it must pass through the C. So that means I need to move until the C here. Okay, so let me just get it better. All I see is here, right? If I'm not wrong, it's this point, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So let me just adjust it a bit. Then I just move this line here. Okay. But something like this. Okay. So by doing this, then you get the parallel lines. Okay. Yeah. So of course the length has to be 2 times. So just use a ruler to measure this, and then of course then you will get this. Okay. Okay. Next, you need 2 rulers. One ruler cannot. Okay. Back to this.
At the back, I gave up.
Because you didn't have 2 rulers?
I know. At the back of paper 2, I gave up.
Oh, why?
I don't know.
Wait, so you are saying the part paper 2 is very difficult, or what? Okay, this part is good. This part is good. And then yes, this question is about strategy. Very good. So I see you attempt to use some strategy. So in fact, the X represents squares. So you just count the number of squares, and then Y represent the quadrant. Then you count the number of quadrant. So basically, this is about strategy. Okay, good to see you have some strategy. Okay, then over here, this is simple algebra. So it's also very easy. So I don't see problems with you for algebra. And next.
So how come you don't teach algebra?
Pardon?
How come you don't teach algebra for all of the questions, like for the strategy of the question?
Like which question? Can you tell me which question?
No, as in like the strategy of the question.
I'm
just asking.
No, I teach algebra. When I ask you to write down letter E, letter A to start with, that's algebra.
I didn't know that was algebra. Okay.
Oh, okay. So I was, in fact, before you, I had lesson with another student. But anyway, so let me just give you a simple or elementary idea or introductory idea of what algebra means. Okay, so when you talk about algebra, right? As long as you use the letter, okay, I mean one of these letter A to Z. Okay, as long as you use one of the letters from A to Z, right? You are actually using algebra already. I mean, you are using the concept of algebra already. Okay, so questions like, let's say we have 100 blue and yellow marbles to start with, and then after that, you give away 20 blue and receive 10 yellow. Okay, so for questions like this, okay, we have been dealing with this type of question very often, right? So what I always suggest you to do is, yeah, the table branch, right? Table is the branch, yes. So what I ask you to do is use the branch, but before you use the branch, right? Before you use the branch, you need to use some letters. Okay, your video is gone. I mean your face is gone. Okay, so what I suggest you to start with is, so you have a total of 100 blue and yellow marbles. So what I always suggest you do is you use B for blue, and then of course the yellow is 100 minus B, right? To start the branch, right? Then after that you branch out, right? You branch out, right? And then 20 blue marbles are given away. So basically 20 away. Therefore, you have B minus 20. Oh, once again, the left always come from the branch. Huh? The left here always come from the branch. And then 10 yellow marbles are received. So basically you have 10 here. So therefore 100 minus B plus 10 left. Okay, so the left here is it always comes from the branch. Okay, so can you not see that we are using algebra here? Okay, we are actually using algebra. Okay, but I never emphasize, oh, this is algebra. Okay, as long as you use one of the letters from A to Z, you are using algebra. All right, so next.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I write this? Wait.
Are you going to write on the screen?
Yes.
Okay.
It is a combination of V and Y.
Wait, what? No, you have to write something more clearly so that I can read. Can you write better? I give you a canvas. Okay, I stop share. I give you a canvas. I give you a whiteboard.
No, just a very simple question.
Oh, okay, good.
It's okay if you don't understand my drawing. Can I combine all of the letters?
How? That's what I want to see. Okay, I'll give you more space. Can you show me how?
Like this.
Okay.
B.
You can do here. You can do here.
Plus Y. Now.
Can you draw more? I only see a B on the screen.
No, I just combine letters. Can I combine letters and then branch out?
Can you show me? Okay, just use the 100 blue and yellow marbles example. How do you draw? Go ahead. Yeah, draw it here.
No, as in like I combine B and Y equals to one alphabet.
Total?
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay. Actually, we have talked about this also. In fact, given a choice, if you can use one letter, right? You don't use 2 letters. Okay, if you can use 2 letters, you don't use 3 letters. Okay, so the point is use as little as possible.
So I
Okay.
use as little algebra as possible.
Okay, you don't use as many. Okay, you don't use many as possible, because the more letters you use, let's say you have A, B, C, D, you are going to get a very, very complicated solution. Okay, you don't want to complicate things. Okay, so okay, meaning what? Let me give you just a very simple example. Okay, if you have A, B, C, D, that means ultimately you need to find what is A, what is B, what is C, and what is D. Means if you are going to introduce A, B, C, D, 4 letters, you need to figure out 4 answers ultimately, right? So that's why I say, if you use B for blue, right? Or you should write it this way. And then if you use, of course, you can use Y for yellow, but I don't want you to use Y for yellow because you can actually use the 100 minus the B. Okay, so if you go for B and 100 minus B, you only need to figure out what is B. Okay, you only need to figure out what is B, right? To find the yellow, if you have the B, you have the yellow. So compare these 4 letters, compare these 4 letters, 4 answers, 1 letter, 1 answer. Which one is easier? Of course, you should take the 1 letter, 1 answer, right? Does it make sense? Okay, so it's about the simplicity. Okay, so please use as little as possible. Okay, not as many as possible. All right. So I hope I have explained clear enough to you.
So use as little as possible.
Yes. Try not to introduce too many if you can do without. Okay. Okay, let's come back to this. It says use all digits to form. Okay, minutes are closest to 5 hours. So you just figure out what's 5 hours. So 5 times 60, so it's 300 minutes. Right? So 300 minutes, so you have 623. So you need to get close to 300. Okay, of course. This kind of question. Okay, good. So 300 is where you need to get close. So you can get an answer less than 300, or you also can get an answer more than 300, which is 326. So you need to compare which one is closer. So for this one, the difference is 37. So for this one, the difference is 26.
6.
So of course you will pick this one. Okay, so this kind of question, I will say this question, 7B. Okay, this is a very, of course, it's not common, but it's a tricky question. Okay, a lot of students, they never think actually they can get more than 300. And basically, the question here, they ask for closest to 5 hours, meaning they ask for the smallest difference. So the small difference can be 37. It can also be 26. So then you have to compare. So that's why the final answer should be 326. You get it?
Okay, thank you.
So if next time they ask you for a fee, for a number that is closest to, let's say, 3.5, okay, so you need to compare the left and the right. So what I'm trying to say is, let's say you have 3.5, so you need to compare the number on the left, and you also need to compare the number on the right. So let's say the number on the left is 3, and then over here is 3.1. No, it cannot be 3.1. It must be bigger than 3.5. So it's 3.55. So therefore, you can see that, oh, 3.55 to 3.5, the difference is actually 0.05. So that's why this one is actually closer to 3.5 than the 3. Okay, so please take note of this particular question. It's quite tricky. Good that you experienced this question beforehand, so that if it ever comes out in your exam, so you are better off. Okay, actually, when I look at this question, I already see it should be the... Oh, I think we practiced this question before, because I see this. 1/3 of the tud and
Something like this
left.
question.
Yeah, we have a similar question. So once you get this, right, you know what you get? You will get the ratio between the C and the T. So what's the ratio actually?
8 to 9.
8. So C is 8, T is 9.
Yes.
Okay, good. Oh, by the way, here is 6. Oh, okay, not 2. Okay, good. So in fact, if you have C is 8 unit, T is 9 unit. So what you need to do is you can use the branching method, right? So C is 8 unit, so T is 9 unit. So you branch out. So it says what? 1/3 of the tud. And okay, so this is cupcake. This is tud. So 1/3. 1/3 left means 2/3 use. So 2/3 9U is 6U. So 1/3 9U is 3U. So this is also 6U. Then this is 2U left. So this is left. This is also left. So what do we have here, sir? A baker had a total of 425 tuds. Okay lah. So that means you add up. So 17U is equal to 425. Okay, so you did not show me the branch. Did you show the branch? No, you did not show the branch, but somehow you use the... You understand my point? You did not show this part. You did not show this part, the branch. You are supposed to show the branch. 3 marks. You need to show more working. Okay. Then after that, what was the total number of tuds and cupcake left? Simple what? 2U, 3U. So that means 5U lah. So it means 5U times, what's the 5U times 25, right? 5 times 25. How come you never get this correct? How come you times 8? I mean, you're telling people 8U left. It's not 8U left, right?
I didn't do branching.
I really remember we get this question.
I don't.
And some more. Okay, so when we use branching method, right, transaction, I always give you
when this one go to this one, or so both go away.
Very good. So whenever we talk about transaction, right, question, okay, so very likely you need to use the branching method. Okay, so some of the words are, let's say you start with 8U. Let's say you 2U is sold. Okay, can you not see the word here? Selling, right? And then left. These are the keywords to tell you is the transaction type of question. Okay, so other words for transaction is use. Let's say you have 9U, you use 2U, right? Other words for to signal this is a transaction question is, let's say you start with 7U and then you spend. Okay, or give away. Okay, so, and of course when you have all these, you sold away, used, or spend, right, you always end up with left. So in fact, the word left should signal to you, you should think of transaction or branching method, right? Okay, so you need to because I realized one thing, you need to see the question and immediately link it to the branching method. You see the question, you immediately link it to the each number total method. Okay, so then only you get to solve the question. Okay, so if you manage to draw this, then you will see that 2u left, 3u left, so the total u left is 5u. But for the effort you put in, you will not get 0. Okay, first thing first, you get this. By the way, this one also wrong there. It's not 2, it's 6. You times 3, right? So it's supposed to be 6. Not
Yeah,
2.
I know, I dumb.
But anyway, never mind about it. So at least you get the unit correct. So once you get the unit correct, you write down the 25 for 1u. So you get 2 marks out of 3, or at least 1 out of 3. But I'm still disappointed because this question you're supposed to get 100. I mean, you're supposed to get 3 out of 3. Why?
Okay.
This is a simple branching method question. Okay, I want you to realize this is a simple branching method question. Okay, not the very difficult type. So even you get 1 out of 3 or 2 out of 3, I'm still not happy because this question we have talked about it, and you did not use the right method, right? And some more the word is very clear, selling. And some of the word here is very clear, left. So transaction. So transaction we use bunching, right? Okay. Next. You see, sold. You see?
But I got used branching one.
So that is the problem. Okay, sometimes you are a girl, sometimes you are not a girl. Then when do I know you are a girl, right? It's same. Question 9, use. Okay, question 9, you manage to identify. So you use the branching method. So you get full marks, right? And then this question, the above one, question 8. Okay. Okay, it's so funny. The word is selling, left. The word here is sold, and then after the sale, the ratio left. I will say this question, I mean, these two questions, they are okay. Their wordings are different. I mean, it's like you can wear a red dress, you can also wear a yellow dress, but you are still using, So same thing like question 8 and question 9. They use the same wording here, sold and left. Okay. Then why you cannot identify this is the question 8 is a branching method question? Okay. So what's your problem here? What's the problem here? You see, sold left, selling left. How come this you never use the branching? Here you use the branching. Huh? Can you let me know why?
I don't know.
You see, okay, you have to know, You have to know. You have to tell us why. Because it really shows the inconsistency in you. Inconsistency means sometimes you do this, sometimes you don't, given the same situation. So we want to know why. Okay, let me tell you, for Nancy, right? If Nancy see the word selling and left, sold and left, right? She will just use the same method throughout. Okay, let's say she likes to use the model. She will use the model, or before, change, after, whatever. Okay, she will stick to it. So for you, if you know you should use the branching method, then you should stick to the branching method for question 9 and question 8. But it's not the case for this. So how?
Okay.
Okay, so sometimes your mom wants to find out why you I will say you lose marks unnecessarily. Okay, for example, this question, that's why I say you let me down a little bit. right? You're supposed to score full marks for this question because the question is very clear cut, like selling, then left, so branching, sold, left, branching, very, very clear cut. Okay, so I want you to, you are using today, you are also using tomorrow. Okay, so be consistent. All right. This is about the discount percentage. Okay, very good.
Got it correct.
Okay, you get most of the questions correct. Like I say, you have no problem with the concept. But you have the major problem is at the moment is you go back and do some reflection, okay, and come back to tell us why these two questions, they are next to each other. Okay, the wordings are so similar. Selling, left, sold, left, and you use branching here, but you never use branching here. Go back, reflect, and tell us why in the next lesson. Tell your mom, tell myself, okay, in the next lesson. I want to find out why. Okay, not only I see this the first time, I remember the lessons that your mom and myself, we spent a lot of time talking to you. Remember that day? I saw similar pattern. The question you use the branching, you got it correct. And then the question above is the same type of question, and you did not use the branching. Okay, so I see this pattern 2 times. So I want to find out why. So please go back, do some reflection on yourself. Tell me why in our next lesson. Why such inconsistency? Okay. Okay. This one. This question.
Where is the shaded?
So never mind. So no shaded. So no shaded cannot do. But anyway, you cannot show. If you cannot do the shaded one, can you do the volume one? I think you can, right? So basically, I think they want you to find out the volume of one cuboid. I mean this piece. Okay. If I am not wrong, right? If I'm not wrong, let me guess. This question is you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So basically, for the top layer, the middle layer, and then the bottom layer. Okay, what you have is for the top layer, you have 6 cubes. And then for the middle layer, I guess it's made up of 2 cuboid. Okay. And then of course the bottom is also another 6 cube. Okay. So once you get this done, then okay. You understand? So quite simple. So this is this one, and this one. So what you can do is let me get this question. Okay, I can do it here. So that means this is the side of the cube. This is also the side of the cube. This is the side of the cuboid. So you can take this as this is x. This is also x. But here is 17 minus 2x. Okay. Why I use 17 minus 2x? Because I don't want to introduce another letter y. Okay. I can, but I choose not to. Because instead of 2 answers later on, I prefer 1 answer later on. Okay. So I have done for this part. Then over here, you should see that 18 is for 3 of them. So basically 6, 6, 6. Oh, okay. So never mind. So actually, I can find out 17 minus 2x, which is 5. So that means this is 5. Then this is 6. So with this, I can figure out all of them already. So for the cuboid, right? So I have this as 5. So this one is this one. 8, no, this is not this one. This is 2 pieces already. I should be looking at just half of 18. Half of 18 is 9. Okay, then this side, the breadth. The breadth is here. So the breadth is a combination of 2, 6. So it's 12. Okay. So do you know the formula for volume of cuboid? Length times
Is length
breadth.
times height times breadth.
Yes. So this is the formula. So what you need to do is just times these 3 together. Okay, for the cuboid. Okay. So question A you cannot do, but question B you can. Okay. Question part A, the shaded face is not shown. But according to this shaded face, I think they assume here. I mean this side, the right side. They assume the right side is shaded. But anyway, I'm not so concerned about the answer. I'm more concerned about the strategy to solve this question. So this is the strategy. Oh, okay. Okay, here. This question, very good. Finally, this question. Okay, let me get this question into the PowerPoint. This question very hard. Is this question very hard?
Yes.
Okay, let's take a look at it together. Okay, so over here, the main concept, okay, the main concept for this question is, I want you to realize one thing. As long as you have the center of the circle, all these are the radius. Yeah, and then let me tell you why you need to pay attention to radius. Let me make it thicker. So when they are the radius, right? So what it means is you have isosceles triangle. No, I'm supposed to use blue. Okay, so these are isosceles triangle. Okay. Okay. So isosceles is OAC is 17. So that means this is 17. This one is 17. So that means this one is also 17. Okay. So if I have not talked about triangles in a circle, the main concept here is if they give you the radius, you think of isosceles triangle. Isos triangle. So if this is 17, this is 17. So 17, 17. Can you tell me what is this?
180 minus 17 minus 17.
Which is? Which is?
146.
So this is 146. So this is 17. Thank you so much. Okay. And then this is done. Next, once again, you have another radius. Let me use a different color. So this is also the radius, right? So this is also the radius. But this one is not the radius. This one is not the radius. No. At least you are not told this is the radius, so you cannot say it's a radius. Okay, but they say AB is equal to AO. That means AB is equal to AO. So therefore, you can tell it's a equilateral triangle. So therefore, you are telling people this is 60. Very good. This is 60. This is 60. Very good. So with all this, I think you can find out the angle here already. 146 minus 60, 86. Okay, and here 17, here is 60. 60 minus 17 is 43 for this one. Okay, so far so good, right? Okay, next, what do they want actually? Name an equilateral triangle in the given figure. You cannot name it. You should be able to get this one. What? OAB. Did you okay, you get the part A. OBC. They want OBC, right? Yeah, yep, you got this part correct. I saw it already. Yeah. So next, find OBC. So that means you need to find this OBC. That means this part. Okay. But can I ask, can you not see that you have the radius here? So that means
Yeah,
if you,
the radius.
now you know lah. So you extract it out. I source. This is 86. Then of course, then you can find these two, right? Okay. So the key concept for such question is, if they give you a circle, and they give you the radius, So you think of isosceles triangle. You think of equilateral triangle. Okay. So that's how you figure out this question. Okay. So good that we practice this question, so that next time you will get this correct. At least you think of the isosceles triangle and equilateral triangle for radius. Oh, by the way, all radius are the same inside a circle. Okay. Okay, good. So before we continue, let's take a brief break. Then we come back, shall we?
Okay, bye.
Not yet. Did you notice my screen also turned dark and orange already?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it signals that it's night time already. So auto convert to night shift. Okay, see you in 5 minutes. Stop.
So my mom wants to say something.
来，来。
老师怎么看他？
哎，你好，来。
老师觉得他怎么样？做的怎么样？有没有用心做？
我不知道你刚才有没有在听我们上课了，没关系。So他做，我刚才看到目前为止，我看他的那些题都做得很不错。然后先说好的就是他对那些题的那个知识点，他完全是掌握的。OK， 然后他错呢，他就很容易就是出一些我们帮不了他的错误。举个例子，答非所问。OK， 题目问的是别的，他就答另外一个，这是其中一个。然后另外一个就是刚才有一题，像上次你还记得有一天我们坐在那里跟他谈话，还谈了蛮久吗？刚才也是有同样的一个情况发生，就是他第八题跟第9题是同样的题，那个字都差不多一样。OK， 然后呢第9题呢就用对了我教他的方法，然后他就拿对了。然后第8题呢就不懂用谁的方法了，就错了。OK， 然后结果呢第8题呢他虽然做错，但是我跟他说3分呢他最起码拿到1分，但是我还是说我非常失望。OK， 为什么呢？2题是
同样的题嘛，应该拿到了。
对，然后一样的题，那你应该用一样的方法啊，那为什么你没有用？你懂我意思吗？ So 我有告诉他，我说你回去你自己做一个自己的反思，然后下一节课告诉我为什么第2次发生这种问题。所以到目前来说呢，我发现他对知识点的掌握还是蛮 OK 的。OK， 就是这里扣1点分，那里扣1点分，然后就70左右这样子咯，对吧？
有70以上是吧？
目前我们刚才就是讲到那一题停止的时候，我看得出他拿 OK， 他目前我觉得他的分数应该就是在70左右。OK， 然后呢，我把他的那些就是他自己的那些答非所问啊、粗心大意，就看题都看错那些改正过来，还有就是那种2题都是一样，那为什么不用同样的方法？如果这些都大概做好一点的话，我觉得他就很有希望到达我们的目标，就是80到85。然后另外一个境界就是那个90分以上，那个真的需要他的，因为题目有时候也是蛮难的。 那些就是真的是考他的那个不能说天赋，就是他付出多少的努力这样子啊。目前就是这样子。
哦，我们
嗯
我们再往下看，
好好，
它好像 Paper One 的 A、B 还 OK，是不是？
这一次
拉分，
很好
对，
啊，这一次
拉分比较多的都是在 Paper Two。
就是刚才说的那2个问题咯。不，我还是很失望啦，他那个第8题跟第9题，那个是太失望。
当然了，这个明明是可以拿6分的嘛，结果
对哦
只拿了3分，
对
对不对？
对，
他的那个13题啊，他一点
嗯
都没有做出来，一共是4分题。
我看一下
是
13题是哪一个啊？
对。
哦，13题啊，那个 Part A 哦，Part A 那里他涂的不是很好，所以他没做。然后我就跟他说，你的 Part A 是做不了，OK，可以理解啦。把 Part B 是可以做的，把他没有去做啦。
OK，
嗯，
后面
啊，对，我
后面
刚才就是停在14，我就说
对，
去上个厕所啊，然后拿个水这样子。
好，
好，
我们继续。
我
你
上个厕所，然后拿个水回来。
好
好，谢谢你。嗯。
Yes。
老师上个厕所。
哦。
Hello, welcome back.
Marina，老师回来了，认真听啊。
Wow,
Hello.
you have all this. How do you get this?
Beside the stop filter, there's an arrow and then there's a choose video filter.
Oh, filter. Okay, got it. Never mind. I don't need to look so cute. I think I am good enough. Okay, good. Next question. This question is about strategy also. Okay, question 15. Question 15, yep, part B is about strategy. So yeah, let's talk about the strategy. How we find out what's the question, what's the strategy for question 15. So let me
This one I know how to do.
again.
I think this one I know how to do.
Okay, for this question, right? Of course, you need to know how to do. You know why you need to know how to do?
Because it appears very how to say?
Okay, or you just tell me what is the key in order to find the parameter of the figure. What's the key here? I mean, what's the that key point?
Times diameter or pi times r times 2.
Pi times r times 2. That will give you the parameter of
Or
the
pi
entire.
times diameter.
Yeah, that will give you what? That will give you only the. Wait. They want the parameter of the figure. Figure means this entire one or the shaded one.
What do you mean?
Okay, you look at the question. It says find the parameter of the figure. So I guess they want to find the entire thing here, lah, right? Right? This entire figure, right?
Should be.
So in order to find the parameter of this entire figure, so what's the key here? Well, okay, that means let's say if you are given something, then you can figure out this question. So what is that something you need to figure out the parameter of the figure?
Radius.
I thought you are given the radius by finding this. Can you see 5 cm? You are already given. You are already given the radius, so you don't need radius. You are already given. What is that thing you need to be given to find the parameter of this thing?
Diameter.
Diameter is 5 times 2.
Pi.
Pi is 22/7.
The small triangle.
The small triangle. Where is that? Is there a triangle here? No. We talk about this. We never talk about this question in particular, but we talk about similar questions or the concept. Okay, never mind. So one thing I realized, right? Okay, this is the second thing I realized. Okay, the first thing I realized is part 1 of our lesson today is question 8, you did not use the branching method, and question 9, you managed to use the branching method. So it shows inconsistency. So that's number 1. Go back, do reflection, and come and tell me why you have such inconsistency. So this is the second question. I want you to go back, do some reflection, and come and tell me why. Okay, let me get this into the PowerPoint. I show you. We talk about this question similar similar question. Okay, let me share with you. For my other students, Nancy or the boy and then another girl, if I ever talk about that question, right, or similar question, right, they remember one. Oh, they remember, and then when they remember, then they will apply next time. But for you, you seem not to remember, you know. That's why I feedback to your mom. Or is it because like you did not go back and do revision? So I don't know yet.
I did it today.
You did today. So last time probably you didn't. So I'm just sharing with you what my other students do so that they improve. Okay. So please continue to do revision. Okay. So when you do revision, if we talk about similar question, then you can quickly think. You can quickly think back to the next the last time. But for you, I just want to tell you, we have talked about this type of question before. Okay, let me start with another question first. let me start with a circle. Can you see? Am I sharing or not?
Yeah, I
Okay,
see a smiley face.
Okay, so good. So let me start with a circle. Okay, so to find the area of a circle or perimeter of the circle, I think it's pretty easy. You already know the formula. So area is equal to pi r squared. Okay, perimeter. Or another word for perimeter is circumference, just to let you know. Circumference is equal to 2 pi r. Okay, I think a lot of students, they know this too. Okay, now what if you dissect the circle into two circles or two semicircle? Okay, so you dissect it, you half it, what you get here is you get 2, 1, 2. So you get 2 semicircles. Okay, and I think a lot of students, they should be able to find the area or perimeter of semicircles. Okay, in fact, your school has gone further. Okay, you have learned quadrant, right? So you dissect, okay, you dissect the circle into 4 parts. Okay, I think a lot of students should be able to find 4 quadrants. Okay, a lot of students have no problem with semicircle, quadrant. But now comes the part that only some students manage to get. Okay, pay attention. So this is some students get. So what if you are given a circle? You are also given the let me make it thicker. Okay, good. Good. What if you are asked to find the shaded, or rather the area of this, I call it irregular shape? You know what do I mean by irregular shape?
Sure, I know.
Continue.
I know what you mean. Like you can split this into 6, you can split this into 8. Like, yeah, but I know what you mean. It's just that I don't know.
Okay, so what you know first? Yeah, what you know? Tell me. What if I ask you to find the area of this thing? This is called irregular shape.
Then first I have to find
the radius is 5 cm.
Okay. I need to find the circumference.
Okay lah, of course you can find the circumference. What? The circumference of which one? The total circle or just this irregular shape?
Irregular shape.
How?
Okay.
How? The question is how?
I know how.
How? Tell me. Yeah. Show me.
Wait, let me find.
So this is the part that some students manage to find. So I'm sharing with you right now how you can find. So next time you are one of the some students. Okay.
Like this first.
So this is a semicircle.
1/4.
Yes. That's
then this one divided by 2.
Okay. Now, can I ask you one question? You say
yes.
Find the quadrant first. Okay, very good strategy. In fact, at least you come out with some strategy. How are you so sure that this one split? So what you are telling me is, let me erase this. You are telling me this line is split this into half, right? Right? You're telling me
Yes.
that, right? Okay, good. So let me change the question a little bit.
What?
Let me change the question a little bit. Yeah, very good strategy. You have a very good strategy for this question. But what if, okay, can you erase? Okay, good, thank you. So let me change the question slightly. I want to see how you change your strategy then. What if I give
Okay.
you this? Another irregular shape.
Okay then.
Yeah.
First, I draw line.
Go ahead, draw. Yeah. Tell me the strategy now.
I am drawing. I'm trying to draw.
Sure, go ahead.
And then I draw quadrant.
Sure.
And then I find quadrant first because this part more troublesome.
Yep. So you find a quadrant. Okay. Yep. You got. I mean, you get 30%. So the
And then I
70%.
try.
How do you get this small part then? That is the question. A lot of students, I will say, only some students can get for this part.
This one is 3, one side.
No. You cannot assume. Then later I give you smaller. You tell me 1/5 is it? 1/4 is it?
1/5.
Why not 1/7?
Let me see.
Right? So now comes to
Let
the
me
part.
see.
Okay.
No,
okay.
wait, let me see.
Sure. You can attempt. Yes. I like you can at least come up with some strategy, not like
I try.
totally lost.
I'm not totally lost.
Yeah, you are not 30% correct, 70% lost.
Oh, try, I know.
Wow. So what's that? Like,
Wait. Yeah.
okay, this 5 here.
I off so I can draw.
Off, you can draw. Okay.
I don't know. I need.
Because okay, the way
I first draw semicircle, then I find this one.
yeah, I have, yeah, that's why I say you have 30% correct. 70% still unsolved. Actually, the attempts you put out, right? You are telling me you did not pay attention to you did not pay enough attention last time when I talked about this question. Okay.
I only remember you say split into 1/4 or 1/6.
No,
Or 1/6.
that one I think is from your teacher, not from me. I never teach this in this manner. Okay. So okay lah, but anyway, once again, it shows yeah, pay attention whenever I talk about special question. Okay. So let me take over. Okay. But I like the way you put out your these ideas. Okay. You might not get 100%, at least you get 30%. Not the 0. Okay. Very good attempt. So now the question is, how can we find irregular shape? Okay. So the key for irregular shape is you need to basically, I think you remember we talked about how do we find pizza, right? You remember how do we find the pizza, the shape for the pizza?
Minus the triangle.
Yeah. So yes. So basically, what you can see is you have a triangle here, and then you have this region 2. Okay. So region 1 and 2 give you the we call this irregular shape. There is a name for this irregular shape. It's called sector. Okay, it's called sector. Okay, or it looks like a pizza to me, a pizza slice. Okay, so how do we find the area or perimeter of this sector or pizza slice? In order to find out, you need to know the angle first. You need to find the angle of this. Okay, so that means you have to be given the angle here. Okay, so let's assume this angle is 110 degrees. Okay, so if this angle is 110 degrees, so that means if I were to, let me recreate this. I'm going to take this pizza slice out. So this is 110. and then you are asked to find the area of this sector. Okay, so how are you going to find? So what you need to do is you need to find out, do you know that the entire angle here is 360? One round is 360. Do you know that?
Yes, I do.
So one round is 360. Okay, one round 360, and one round is the circle, right? So now I don't want to find out one round. I just want to find out 110 only. So therefore, you want to find out 110 is how much of the circle? What's the fraction? Okay, so if you use the calculator, you will get 110 degree over the one round 360 degree. You will realize that this part is 11 over 36 of the circle. So what's so good?
And then find the whole entire thing, divide by 36 times 11. Okay, I know already.
Correct. So let's go back to this question. Okay, do you see, can you see the similarity between this concept with this question? So I think they give you what? They give you the area of the shaded part is 20. So it means they already give you 20.
I know how to do this question.
Hold on, give me a chance.
Yeah, I know how to do this question. No.
Now or just now or what?
No, for the whole entire thing, I know how to do this question.
But just now the whatever I asked you, you did not.
No,
I asked you what's the key, right? Or what is the key point that you need to be given to find out? Mm-hmm. Huh? You erase everything. You erase something again. Are you going to show me something? Hello?
I was muted.
Yeah, you muted yourself. So are you going to show me something?
Never mind, you continue.
Good. So I want you to cool down. Okay. My observation is whatever you put out just now, your mindset is very much on how to dissect. Okay. You are very focused on how to dissect this thing. Okay. But this question, right? This is an irregular shape once again. Irregular shape. So therefore, there is no way you can dissect and find the area or perimeter of this figure. All right, because this is an irregular shape. So the key for this question is still this concept. This concept. You need to find out. Okay, you need to find out the angle first of this irregular shape. So over here, if you think of this question, that means you need to find out what? You need to find out this part, the angle of this one, or you need to find out the angle of this one. You either find out the orange angle, or you find out the red angle. Okay, because there's no way for you to dissect. Okay, the only way you can dissect and find out is they are regular shapes. What are regular shapes? I talk about it here. The regular shapes are semicircle, yeah, and then quadrants. Okay, but in this case, you encounter irregular shapes. So for irregular shape, you have to find out the angle of the orange part or the red color part. Oh, by the way, I want you to know that the angle for the orange part, right, is actually equals to 360 minus the angle of the red part. Can you see? These two add up to 360. Can you see?
Yes.
Yeah, good. So that means if you can find out the red, you can find the orange. If you can find the orange, you can find the red. So either one can do. So let's start with this strategy. Okay, but they already give you the area of the shaded part OBD. So that means they give you this already. Ah, good. So they already give you this irregular shape, area of this irregular shape. They say this is, okay, this is 5 cm, right? And they tell you this one, the area is actually 20 cm. Okay, good. I can find out the angle already. I can find out the angle here already. Okay, I can find out this angle. Okay, what I need to do is I need to take the 20, divide by the, what is the area of the entire circle? Then I will know what is the fraction of this pizza slice. Okay, so let me go and find out. So 20 over the area of the circle is pi r squared. So 20 over pi 22 over 7. R squared is 5 times 5, right? Hold on, let me see. It says the radius of each semicircle is 5 cm. Okay, yeah, 5 times 5 is 25. Can you help me out using a calculator? What is the fraction here?
$14.55.
1455. So 14 over 55, right? Okay, good. So that means this pizza slice takes 14 over 55 of the circle. Okay, so I can find out the question mark here already. Okay, so let me continue to write down the fraction. Okay, I need to use the eraser. Okay? I need to erase this. So the answer is 14 over 55. Okay, so if this pizza slice is 14 over 55, the entire circle. So that means this angle here is also 14 over 55, 360 degree. So what's the degree there? Can you help me out? Can you help me out using a calculator? 40 over 55 times 360.
I'm trying to do mental calculation.
Hola, cannot lah.
$91.6363.
No lah, fraction. They say mixed number ma.
1008 on top of 11.
1008 008. What's that?
On top of 11.
On top of 11. Okay, good. So basically, this is the degree.
91, 7, 11.
91. Wow, 711. Nice. I like it. So basically, this angle is 91, 7 over 11. No? Okay, so that's the angle. Okay, good. So with this, you are able to find out. Okay, so now what you need to do, they say parameter of the figure. So that means what you need to find out is this. You need to find out. Okay, so if I were to get this out, so this part, so this part is 91, 7, 11. This one is 91, 7, 11. So that means this part is also 91, 7, 11. Am I right? Opposite angle, right? Can you see? Am I right or not?
Yes.
Good. Then I can find the orange part. Just now I say this part is the orange part. This part. Right? So the orange part is what? The orange part is 360 minus the 91, 7 over 11. So that's the orange part. Can you help me find out the orange part? I mean the angle for the orange part. Help me out.
Wait for a while.
Sure. Use a calculator for this.
Just now it wasn't working.
Okay. Yeah. So once again, please use your calculator correctly.
268411.
268. Okay. 2684 over 11 degree. Okay, good. So therefore, I can find the parameter of this figure already. Why? Because I just want to find out this one, this angle. I use the 268. Okay, let me write it below. Two, 6, 8, 4 over 11 degree over the 360, because I want to find out what is the fraction of this. Okay, what's the fraction of this? Okay, then I times, I need to find what? I need to find the parameter, right? So I times the 2 pi r, the entire circle. Then I will get this part already. Okay, then later on, I just need to add this part. Then I will get the parameter of the figure. So that means if I were to continue.
5 plus 5.
Yes. So you just fill up this. The pi is what? The pi is, just replace your pi. Replace your pi with 22 over 7. Then replace the r with 5. Then continue to replace your r with 5. Then that will give you the parameter of the figure in mixed number. Okay, so this question, it makes use of the concept of irregular shape for circle. Okay, so this is the this slide is the key. Okay, so in fact your teacher never explained to you this. Okay, your teacher never explained to you this one. Okay, why quadrant? Okay, can I ask you what is the area of a quadrant? Is 1/4 the entire circle, right?
Times the circle.
Why area of semicircle is half of the entire circle? Your teacher never explained to you. let me explain to you today. Okay. Your teacher just say, okay, please go back, memorize. Okay. So let me explain to you.
She
Why?
never said that.
Pardon?
She never said, please go back to memorize.
Oh, okay, never mind. So it means at least this is what you know lah. Like area of quadrant is 1/4. Area of semicircle is half. But why half leh? Why not 1/3 leh? Why not 1/5 leh? Right? I'm going to explain to you why. So let's take area of quadrant first. Area of quadrant is 1/4 times the entire circle. Let me tell you why. Because can you see if you split this circle into 4 quadrants, can you see that this is 90 degree? This is also 90 degree. This is 90 degree. This is 90 degree. So if you need to find just one of them means, let's assume that we need to find this. Okay. And the angle here is actually what? The angle here is actually 90 degree. So given the concept just now, we need to take 90. We want to find out 90 is what fraction of the entire circle. 90 is 1/4 of the circle. Because you need to take 90 divided by the 360. Therefore, you take 1/4 times the circle. Because this 90 degree is actually 1/4 of the, can you see or not? This 90,
yes,
it's actually 1/4 of the 360. That's why you take 1/4 times the entire circle. Next, let's move on to the semicircle. I hope you slowly get to see why already. So semicircle, at least you or your teacher always asks you to memorize. So it's half. Why half? Can you see? This is 190. So if you are asked to find the area of half a circle, can you not see 180 is actually half of the circle? That's why you take half times the circle. Can you see? 180 over 360 is half. Okay. Can you see? This is 180. So 180 over the 360 is half. Okay. Just now, okay, you split this into 4 quadrants. One of them is 90 degree. So 90 over 360 is 1/4. So that's why you take 1/4. Okay. So for irregular shape or any, okay, so let's say if I give you a circle, I can ask you any shape inside the circle. Let me make it thicker. Okay, so what you need to do is you just need to find out, or you need to get the angle for this. Okay, so if you are given this is 75, so simple, you need to find out 75 is what's the fraction of this. Then you get this fraction already. Can you help me out? 75 over 360, what is the fraction? Let's say you are asked to find the area of this thing.
524.
75 over 360. Yeah. 5 over 24, is it?
Yes.
Okay, so that means you need to take 5 over 24 times the entire circle. Then you will get the area of this. Okay? So just now the question is about this concept. So that's why you need to find out the angle here first. Okay? Which is what something is 711. Okay? So if you don't understand it now, go back and watch this part of
711.
Yeah, good. So if you don't understand this part very well, go back and watch just this part of the video because this is recorded. So you can always go back and watch this a few times. Okay, I have a few slides for you to watch. Okay, so this is one of the slides. This is also another slide. So just watch these few slides. Okay, when you are back. Okay, so I will upload it after this lesson. Yeah, 19 yeah, submit 91 7 over 11. Okay, so then you will get the answer for the, this question. Okay, next. Oh, this one. So what's wrong with this? Ben has some rate. Okay, during a game he removed 54. Wait, remove like you show me this.
Yeah, I know how to do now.
So you should start from the back. Okay, he says what? After the game, the ratio of the number of red, blue, green is 3U, 1U, 5U. That means this question is like you need to start from the back. Okay, what we talk about always is we start from our R, B, G. So we start from then branch out, right? Am I right?
I already know how to do.
Yeah, never mind. You know how to do, which is good. But what I'm trying to tell you is the strategy is instead of starting from here, right? We always start from the beginning, but now you don't. What you do is you start from the back. So you end up with 3U, 1U, and 5U. Branching, why? Why branching? If. Can you not see its transaction? Remove, and then left.
Yes, I can see that.
Yeah. So, and then after that, then you say what? During the game, he removed 54. So that means 54. Remove, minus. So that means, how do you get the rate here? Is 3U plus.
3U plus 54.
Correct what? Okay. So you just have to get all, I mean, I can see some of your work here. Okay. So they are, the concept is there. The concept is there. Okay. But anyway, you can use the branching method so that your presentation is much clearer. So, and then you should be able to get the answer. All right. Okay, good. So I think one more question. Good to see. Good to see. This question finally correct already. Huh? You remember this question or not? Jump leh. You remember?
I always get this question correct ever since you taught me the method.
Okay. I like the last statement. Ever since. Ever since. Okay. I remember. Very good. So I am very happy to see the questions that we talk about and you get it right. Okay. I'm very happy to hear that. But this one I'm a bit disappointed. The sector one. We talked about this concept last time actually. Last time. Okay. Last time we talked about this, but you didn't get it right. So I'm a bit disappointed. Okay. So given this set of paper plus I think your mom also sent me the over WeChat about your work, your so-called revision. You have any
work, just for revision?
Revision. Do you have any question on your revision?
Not really. The circled questions, I can find the answer inside the
answer
box
sheet.
thing.
Yeah.
And
So
then I go find my message. If
okay.
tomorrow, if next week I got any question on the revision, I ask you.
Good. Okay. So for circle question, like I say, I'm not very concerned about the answer. I am very, very much focused on the strategy. Okay. Strategy. Okay. I really, really want you to use the right strategy. Okay. So with the right strategy, you should be able to solve any question. Okay. So the summary for today is very simple. The price is comp. Okay, let me get rid of this first. So something you can improve
price
on.
of a COMP.
That is computer. Okay, but anyway, never mind. So the number one the number one area you can improve on is you must help yourself with this kind of error. Hey, what's the question you make mistake here? Hey, no. Okay, I'm happy to see you get the number pattern correct already finally. This one, no? Question 8 and 9. Go back and do some self-reflection about consistency. Why there is no consistency in you? Sometimes you use, sometimes you don't use. Even though the questions are the same. Okay? Inconsistency. And actually, I see inconsistency for this question also. Remember the second last question? Remember this question? How come I never see the branch? No branch. But of course, this question start from the back. Okay? We always start from the beginning. This question start from the back. You see, once again, you go back to your before change and after already. You see, I see before change after. Okay, so I want you to go back and redo this question using branch. You know how to use branch or not? Question 16.
Yeah, I know. The great mind already teach.
Not great mind teach lah. I already show you just now lah.
Yeah, I know the.
Start from the back. For this particular question, start from the back. Okay, we always start from the beginning. Okay, for this question, you just.
This one start from the back.
Yes.
The 3u and then plus 54 equals to 3u plus
Correct.
54.
So
and then 1u plus 40% equals to 1.4u.
Correct. So according to what you say, right, what you do is you just go and do, just draw the branch out first, then fill up with the left, right? Then of course, this is what, minus 34, 54. So this one has to be 3u plus 54. Then you finish your first branch already. Then of course, then you continue to fill up the second.
40% equals to 1.4.
Very good. So it's 1.4u. So you complete another, complete another branch. So just complete the final branch. Okay, so leave it to you. Okay, so question, second area for improvement is the circle. Okay, you have regular shape.
That one I know.
Regular shape is semicircle.
And then irregular.
How come you on off? Just on it lah.
And then irregular shape.
Yes. So irregular shape, you need to find out the angle first. Angle divided by 360 degrees. To find out what's the fraction. Okay. To find out what's the fraction. So if they don't give you the angle, right, you need to find the angle. So just now the question, right, they give you they give you the area instead. Okay, they give you this is 5 cm, right? They give you the area instead. So the area they tell you is 22 cm squared. So with this area of this, right, you can actually find the angle, right? So so 22 over the area of the entire circle, we found is 91 over 711, I remember, right? So with this fraction, sorry, this is a fraction. Wait, 22 over area of circle, what's the fraction just now? Let me go back. 14 over 55. 14 over 55. Okay, so the fraction is 14 over 55. So that's the fraction given. So with the fraction given, this angle, I call it x. So x over the 360 degree has to be 14 over 55. And that is how you get the angle. So angle x is equal to 19.17 over 11 degree. Then you get this angle already. Okay, so far so good. Okay, so any other question for me?
No.
Okay, good. So for this paper, you did pretty well. Okay, but I still see inconsistency. Okay, and then hopefully next time round, if they give you an irregular shape of circle, remember this technique. Okay. So I want you to be the
So third.
I want you to be one of the some. Okay. I don't want of course you need to
Third.
be one of the many, okay? But I want you to be a step ahead. You are one of the some. Okay. Okay. So like I say, this lesson is recorded. I'm going to post it after the lesson. Go back and watch the part that you think you need to do revision. Okay. I think it's very good for you to do revision with this video. And of course, your videos are mixed with Nancy's videos. So if you want to learn from her, go ahead and learn from her video. Okay. Okay, good. So that's about it. Any other question for me before I end the lesson? Okay, good. Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank your mom for photocopying the questions and answers. Thank you. Bye-bye.